Hi, hello, welcome back. My name is Jessie. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to anyone celebrating. Um, if you can tell, I'm a little under the weather. It's one of my Mother's Day gifts from my husband. So thoughtful. Uh, I really don't mind a cold. I just get a little annoyed more easily, and then I sound like this. So apologies in advance, but yeah. What's nice about this video is I can edit out any like coughing or sneezing that I have to do. So, yeah, the magic of editing. But I cannot edit out the way my voice sounds. So, I thought I would do some more Reddit reading because I find it really entertaining and I think there might be some really good Mother's Day material on here. First, let's see, how spicy should we start? I want permission to ignore Mother's Day. That's the title. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to like ignore Mother's Day. I think it's important to celebrate it when you have a kiddo so that you like let them know how much you appreciate being their mom. I also want permission to ignore Mother's Day. Like, I don't want to have to do all the things. To be honest with you, I'm tired. What's going on right now is actually really great because I'm not feeling well. I had plans to hang out with my grandmother and my mom with my kiddo, like four generational kind of thing. And I was like, that's gonna be really cool. We haven't done that in a while. And then when I woke up this morning, like before I even opened my eyes, I sneezed and I was like, oh no. And I felt this pressure in my chest. I was like, oh no. And here we are. I was like, I can't go to the assisted living place. So I send my husband, who's no longer sick, with my kiddos. They bringing their gifts and the cards and everything we made and stuff like that. So anyway, so I get to stay home. The silence, honestly, because my ears always are way more sensitive, but especially when I'm not feeling well, it's just like so much pressure. It was like my ears just like ring constantly, and it doesn't help when I like can hear my own voice like reverberating through my head because of the congestion going on. I want permission to ignore Mother's Day. My wife has forgotten ignored multiple birthdays. Oh my gosh, I totally thought this was going to be a wife writing, and this is a husband saying that they want to ignore Mother's Day. Okay, that's it. That's a totally different take. Um, I have broken down in tears and how much this has hurt. She has apologized in words, but never in deeds. I have so many birthday, anniversary, Father's Day IOUs. I want to do fuck all for Mother's Day this year, and I want to know the world won't hate me. I expect her three harpy sisters will pour poison in her ears if I do. Well, that's a phrase. Her three harpy sisters will pour poison in her ears. Sorry, that's like a visual. I'm sorry. I get like I get a weird visual. I told her our kids see mom doesn't. Sorry, it took me a second to. My brain's having a little bit of a hard time. But we're good. We're good. Just let me try that again. I have told her our kids see mom doesn't prioritize me, the husband. They do. They have told me. The kids have told him. One of her harpy sisters even sees it and has told me, but when she is pressed, denies it like Jesus' divinity 3 times before the cock crows. I am angry and alone. I'm sorry, the descriptors used here. I'm like, are you writing? Because like you should be doing some poetry or some creative writing, and channeling some of this anger, and this loneliness into something like this, but like longer and more detailed, and maybe not necessarily directly about you, but like it always ends up being kind of. I think that's pretty legitimate. Like if you told her over and over and over again that like you don't feel like you're being appreciated, and this is a day that you're supposed to show appreciation to her, but she's never shown it to you, and you're like, I don't understand. I think it's totally fair to be like, look, I can no longer do this. I think that totally makes sense. At face value, somebody's probably going to judge you a little bit because standard culture, at least here in the US, is to celebrate moms. She's apologizing in words, but never in deeds. And then her sisters step in. So, like, what is she telling her sisters to make them think that this guy is, like, terrible, even though, like, it seems that she's terrible? So there's some sort of projection going on, probably, when she's talking to her sisters. I don't know. Not really sure. This is pretty short. Sounds like it's time to say something or do something. Someone replies, can you tell her you're collecting a Father's Day IOU and decided this Mother's Day will just be a regular day? Ignore her harpy sisters. If she brings them up, just say, I'm not interested in the biased opinion, then leave the room. I'm typically not petty, tend to take the high road, but it sounds like she's missed numerous opportunities to celebrate you. There's only so many times you can take the high road before you're just like way up on the mountain. You can't reach that person anymore, and you're like, well, okay, now I'm up here alone. Great, it's not good for anybody. Someone says this is above Reddit's pay grade. You need some couples counseling. I think it might be important. If you're going to try to skip Mother's Day, you can't let your kids skip Mother's Day. So you still would ideally help, I don't know how old the kids are, but you'd still help your kids make a card or buy a gift or wrap something up or help them make her breakfast or whatever. I don't know, maybe make the kids like choose. So I think maybe giving the agency back to the kids a little bit in this case, letting them be the ones deciding how we're going to celebrate mom and not doing anything extra for her. You're going to need to help the kids celebrate still. Did it say how old the kids are? I feel like it did not. I'm just trying to like deduct as much information as I can from this short phrasing, this short amount of stuff here. There's always like a ton more information than this. Like what are the other times? What was it actually like? Like give me the story about last Father's Day kind of thing is what I want to know as a counselor. I should have said I am a counselor. So I'm gonna look at this with like a counseling lens a lot of the times. Personal experience plus my counseling experience plus I don't know, my mood this current day. Oh, that's literally I just clicked on the same one. Y'all, I'm so out of it. My brain is like normally I have like 10 currents going on at once inside my head, if that makes any kind of sense. And it's really hard to focus and keep up with. And then if I take ADHD medication, it knocks it down to like 8 or 7. And then if I'm sick, it actually knocks it down to like 2. I'm just like, I like am so relaxed because my brain is so offline. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, next one. My ears are so ringing right now. I'm gonna have to lay down for a nap. My own voice is giving me a headache. Am I the a-hole for not doing enough for Mother's Day? Not doing enough. Who is that? Whose opinion is that? Because it's in quotations. It's not the author's opinion. It appears just from the title. So whose opinion is it? Let's find out. Context. Well, yeah, this whole thing is context. I don't know. Sorry. Why do you have to label it context? You just feel. Sorry. You don't need that descriptor. I'm a mother of 3 children, and every year I am expected to forget whatever plans my family had for me on Mother's Day and instead go do whatever my mother wants me to do. We always get my mom gifts and do something like send her flowers and cookies, etc. Well, I found out from my sibling that the things I've been doing are, quote, not good enough. So last year I tried to make reservations for my mom and I for brunch. She complained it wasn't what she wanted to do. I said, okay, well, I don't know. I still got her gifts, etc. My husband cooked dinner for us that night. This year she called my sister and said that I, quote, better have something good planned. My husband told me he has something planned for just me from the kids and him. I don't know what it is, but when she asked what we were doing for Mother's Day, I told her the family has a surprise for me. She acted fine and then went and called my sister and once again complained that she was pissed and I am doing something that her Mother's Day will be ruined. Despite me having purchased gift, etc., my sister lives out of state for context, so my mother will be alone. I feel like now that I'm a mother, I should get my Mother's Day also. And she had her time, and she is still getting gifts, etc. Last year, I found out the cookies we bought her and had sent her, she refused to eat and let them sit on her counter and mold. I'm so defeated. Am I the a-hole for wanting my own Mother's Day with my family? Oh, of course you're not. Especially with this mother. You're right, she's kind of had her time. And, like, you're still celebrating her, and you're still trying. And also, what is this triangulation going on with your sister? Do you have a relationship with your sister? Is this your whole relationship with her? Because that's also not a good basis for a healthy relationship. Your husband sounds lovely. He's created a surprise for you. He's let you know about it so that you can make sure that you have the time free because he likely knows that your mom's going to pull some sort of BS like this. You deserve your own Mother's Day, and you've done Mother's Day with her your whole life, your entire life. And now it's your turn to start doing that celebrating with your kids. What was she doing around the time that, like, what was Mother's Day like on those, like, childhood Mother's Day? I'm wondering if it's drastically different than what she's asking of you, or if her mom always asked of her the same thing, and at one point she had to put her own foot down. I'm curious because it could be eye-opening, and it could also be leverage. You choose whether it's worth your energy to bring that up. But the comments say, yeah, not the a-hole. Sounds like your mom gets off on just being negative, just do nothing. You're getting the same results. Your mama is an adult. You are an adult. You both get to make decisions based on your own set of values and morals and life's lessons that you've received. And one of the life lessons she's given you is that she's not gonna care about how you feel. Sorry, I hate it so much. That's awful. Yeah, she's had her turn. She is selfish. You're an active, chaotic motherhood. Do what you want. Do what you want. That's literally the definition of Mother's Day, is it not? You're a mother. Do what you want. Mother-in-law wants my kids on Mother's Day. I, 24 female, and husband, 23 male, have 3 kids. 2-year-old twins, and a 9-month-old. Oh, wow, all boys. My husband came home from work and said, all my mom wants for Mother's Day is to keep the twins Saturday night. I immediately said no because I want my kids home on Mother's Day since they made me a mom and genuinely love spending time with my kids. Now I'm overthinking, did I jump too quickly to say no? Am I the a-hole for immediately saying no? More context, I think I could be an a-hole because my mother-in-law and I have a long negative history and she won't even say a single word to me. She's an okay grandma, or trying to be, but I'm scared I'm being too harsh. Thank you for reading. That was good context. Yeah. I don't think you're being the a-hole considering that context. I think this information actually shows me that you're definitely not the a-hole, because it'd be one thing if like for instance, my mother-in-law and I have a very nice relationship, and if she asked to, like, the only thing I want for Mother's Day is to have your kids spend the night with me on Saturday night, I'd be like, well, that's kind of asking a lot. But I would think in my head, is that possible? Also, like, what can I ask back? Like, if she wants to hang out with my kids Saturday night and spend the night, then, like, maybe I have my husband collect the kiddo and bring them back home on Mother's Day morning, and they maybe stop by, like, my favorite restaurant or bakery or something, and bring that home with them. And we just kind of, like, work it into our Mother's Day plans if we didn't already have something going. If we already have something going, then I think it's totally fair to be like, no. Me personally, since I have a good relationship with my mother-in-law, I would want to try to find a way to, like, well, okay, that's, like, asking a lot. But, like, it's Saturday night, it's not Sunday. So what time, like, how close do you live? Like, there's a lot of questions here. But you do not have a good relationship with your mother-in-law. In fact, she's not talking to you. No, that's not okay. She cannot have your child if she doesn't talk to you. Sorry, that's also my strong opinion. If the adult is not adult enough to talk to the parent, they have no business caretaking the child. What happens if something happens to the child? Who are they talking to? There's, like, an indirect line of communication. It just doesn't really make a lot of sense. So she's trying to be a good grandma, but I don't know if she's really trying to be a good grandma. I just would like to know what she thinks this person is doing to be a good grandma. Mother's Day, not grandmother's day. Husband problem here. You may need to explain it to him gently but firmly. Uh-huh. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I think maybe sometimes we put things out on the internet. And, I don't know, am I right? But, like, you know that you're right. You just, nobody in your real life, in your actual life, is telling you that you're right. But you know in your heart you're right. And so you get on here and you're like, please, somebody validate me, because this is driving me bonkers, because nobody thinks that I'm being rational, and I am being very rational, and I know I am. But nobody here thinks I am, and therefore I need to reach out to others. Honestly, sometimes the support that I see from people on Reddit really shocks me. I'm like, okay, that's actually, of course, they always go, like, straight to, like, divorce the person, blah blah blah. Not always. You have to look through some of the comments, but there's some good wisdom in here. If she doesn't talk to you, she don't get the kids. They're your kids. It's your Mother's Day. If you want to hang out with your kids, you get to hang out with your kids. That's kind of the point. Last one. Okay. Am I overreacting, confronting my brother's girlfriend for excluding me from the family's dinners? Okay, there's a collection of texts here, so we'll just start. There's, like, a photo, but they've, like, actually blinked out anybody in the photo, so you can just tell it's, like, a bunch of people at dinner. Happy Mother's Day, blah 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 blah. Person says, would have loved to come to my downstairs and celebrate my mom too. Why didn't you guys invite me? It's odd to have selective family dinners. Yeah, it is very odd. Especially, like, literally downstairs. Like, my sister, when she lived in Dallas, she lived in a building that had, like, 3 or 4 restaurants on, like, the base floor. And we did go to dinner quite often down there together. And I just can't imagine, like, coming all the way over to that specific building and eating with other family members and not saying, like, hey, we're here, come down, or, like, we have plans to be here, come down and have dinner with us, or, like, hey, we happen to be here at this time, like, if you happen to be around, please come down and hang out. Like, it didn't have to be, like, super formal either, but, like, you need to say something, or you need to not say something. Why are they sending a picture? Says, your brother and I wanted to treat your mom to Mother's Day dinner, and I did not want to have dinner with you. You are free to invite and celebrate with your mom at your convenience, and invite whoever you would like. You're weird. I don't know why there's a little heart thing, and there's something that's been blacked out, so I don't really know what. You're weird. It doesn't exactly say who this is through the text. Your brother and I wanted to treat your mom. This is brother's wife or girlfriend. OP says, is there a problem between you and I that I should know about? If there's a problem with, can handle it. If there's an issue that you have with me, I'm happy to address it with you like an adult. This has been ongoing for about a couple years now, and I'm tired of dividing it dividing my family. My mom should be celebrating with all her kids, and no should get in the way of that. Too long didn't read, which is ironic because this is actually longer than the. Anyway, my brother's 25 male girlfriend, 40 female. Yes, you read the age right. Has an issue with me, 26 female. She's always had this weird jealousy and insecurity towards me and always been rude and given backhanded compliments. Ever since my brother moved in with her, she has been a dividing factor in my family. They started doing these things separately with my family, which excluded me, and she always has to be the one posting it in the family group chat. We always had Mother's Day dinner together. We tried to plan something. My mom said she had other plans. I found out they ate at the restaurant I live on top of with no invite. Am I overreacting for confronting her and feeling angry? By the way, your weird text was from my partner. Okay, so this is like a group chat. Okay, he was tired of her doing this multiple times. Oh, you're weird too. Okay, that makes a little more sense. You're not overreacting. That's weird AF. Like, why is your mom telling you no to go? Was she saying I have other plans? But she didn't tell you what the plans were, but the plans were to eat with your brother and sister-in-law below your apartment. Ew. I need to know more about the relationship you have with your mom because that feels really weird. That your mom, chose to decline your plans instead of try to combine your plans. Your mother knew that she was in a restaurant underneath your apartment having a Mother's Day dinner and didn't tell you about it. Not only that, but she expressly turned down your dinner invitation to go to it rather than add you to the booking. In all honesty, this is what you should be focusing on, not some manifestly weird behavior from your brother and his partner. You don't have to have a relationship with her. She's nothing to you, and vice versa. So just ignore her, save for hello, goodbye at family events. What you need to discuss, work on, resolve, is why your mother has a problem with you. Not overreacting. That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said. What the heck? That's so rude and mean. And I think part of why OP is focusing on the sister-in-law is because that feels shitty, but it feels less shitty than having your mom do this to you. Because that's the real shitty one. That's the real devastator. And if we can ignore that and focus on the sister-in-law, then we save some of our grief. The real issue is the mom. And whatever weird triangulation relationship she's having with your brother that is also not described. I just need to know so much more about y'all's relationship. Your relationship with your mom, your brother's relationship with your mom, your relationship with your brother. Because that's weird AF. Are there other siblings? Are you two the only children? Because that makes it even weirder, I feel like. They also didn't forget to send you a message because they sent you a photo. So there's a double issue going on. Obviously the mom, but like what in the world? I disagree slightly with his comments about like save for hellos and goodbyes. I say don't even. It might be time to do your own family thing, like they're already doing. They're already doing it. It's sad AF, but it just seems like you have a partner who understands. I love that he stood up for you, being like, "You're a weirdo." Yeah, like that's a great initial reaction. Thank you very much. I appreciate someone that's just like a gentle call. Like, I noticed you being weird. Why? I personally like weird. I don't like mean weird. This is mean weird. This is like, why is this happening? As a counselor, I'm fascinated. As these people, I'm terrified and saddened. Yeah, I really can't think of anything more to say to that. That's awful. Okay. Thanks for hanging out with me and listening to Mother's Day. Reddit BS. I appreciate you. I'm supposed to say to like and subscribe and stuff. I'm gonna do some more of these kind of things, hopefully with less congestion and pausings for coughings and stuff. I guess now I'm gonna go edit and relax. I hope everyone has a good Mother's Day. Sometimes Mother's Days are really hard. I have a complex relationship with my mom. I have so many things to do. I think I actually have my final paperwork to submit to complete my degree, my master's degree in counseling. I'm then going to be able to submit my paperwork to get my license for a professional counseling associate, LPCA. And then I just keep applying to jobs and stuff, I guess. Or figure out my own business. Now I get to start everything from scratch. Now that I've completed this entire program, I get to start everything from scratch. Part of the reason why I'm sick. Honestly, I was like completely expecting to get sick the second that I ended my internship. And then my husband came home sick from work, and I was like, oh, yeah, it's like 100% chance now. I think I was at like an 85% chance, and I was like, try to avoid getting sick. We have a really small house. There's really no way to avoid each other. Anyway, my Mother's Day is going to be very relaxing, which is exactly what I want. And honestly, this and sickness, it takes the pressure off of having to perform. And then here I am, like, getting on here and performing anyway. This is low key though. Okay, I'm rambling. Thank you for hanging out with me. Man, my ears sound like I'm underwater. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Thank you.